So first data structure, that is array. So which we have already seen in 11th standard. So we'll just revise that. So what are linear array? A data structure is said to be linear if its elements form a sequence. A linear array is a set of finite numbers n of homogeneous data. Homogeneous means what? Elements of the same type. So we have seen last year, if we declare an integer array of type int, all the elements will be of type int. If we define an array of type float, then all the elements will be of type float. Okay, the elements of the array are referenced respectively in index set consisting of n consecutive numbers. So we have seen that arrays are there in consecutive memory locations starting from 0 till the end of that array. Suppose we declare an array of 10, then the first element will be 0, index will be 0, and the last element index will be 9. So they are stored in successive memory locations, one after the another. So the number n of elements is called the length or size of the array. The length of the number of data elements of the array can be obtained from the index set by the formula. Now see the example. Here we have defined an array of size 10. So these are the 10 elements in the array. Random numbers I have just written 10, 13 up till 88. Now the first index will be 0 and the last will be 9 because 10 elements are there in the array starting from the 0th element till the 9th element. So 0 is called as the lower bound or LB and 9 is called the upper bound. So sometimes you will get a question for calculating the length of an array. So length is what? Upper bound minus lower bound plus 1. So what is the upper bound here? It is 9. For this particular array, it is 9. Lower bound is 0 plus 1. So that is the size or length of the array is 10. UB is the largest index called the upper bound. LB is the smallest index called the lower bound of the array. Now the elements of the array can be denoted by subscript notation means what? Suppose you want to identify the third element in the array. So starting from the 0th location. Okay, so we were seeing the array. We are seeing the upper bound and lower bound. So this is the upper bound and lower bound. So upper bound is 9, lower bound is 0. So to calculate the length of the array, this is the formula upper bound minus lower bound plus 1. So upper bound is 9, lower bound is 0 plus 1. So this is the size of the array or length of the array. So we have written here UB is the largest index, LB is the smallest index. So if you want to identify a particular number in the array, now suppose it is 18. So how you can arrive at that number? So 0, 1, 2, 3. So name of the array is array. Now array 3 if you write, that means you will identify the 18th number. If you want to identify 56, then array into bracket 5. So what is this 3 and 5? They are nothing but the index of the array starting from 0. What do you mean by traversing? Now traversing means moving through an array one by one, accessing each elements only once and applying some process to it or some operations on it. So what do you mean by traversing? Now suppose A is the name of the array, collection of data elements stored in the memory of the computer. Suppose we want to print the contents of each element of A, or suppose we want to count the number of elements of A with a given property. This can be done by traversing A, that is by accessing and processing of the array exactly once. So traversing means what? Suppose an array is there, you have to move from the first element, that is the 0th element, till the last element and do some operation on the array, whatever is asked. But you have to move from the starting location to the end location and only once. So that is called traversing. Now usually this algorithm is asked in the board exams, but rarely it is asked. Algorithm for traversing a linear array. So here we have defined an array. LA is a linear array with lower bound LB and upper bound UB. Now suppose the array size is 10. So lower bound will be 0, upper bound will be 9. So this algorithm traverses LA, applying an operation process to each element of LA. So see the algorithm. Set K is equal to LB. LB is what? Lower bound. Now suppose imagine that the array size is of 10. So first element is 0, last element is 9. So we are initializing the variable K to 0 and repeating steps 3 and 4 while K is less than equal to UB. Now UB means what? The upper bound. So array size, a lower bound is 0, upper bound is 9. So we are moving this, you can consider this as a for loop from 0 to 9. Okay. So first element is 0, last element is 9. So we have to keep on doing this 3 and 4 steps from moving from the first element till the last element. And what we have to do? We have to apply some process to LAK. LAK means what? Initially K will be 0. Then it will increment by 1, 2, 3, 4 up till 9. So every time on that particular element, you can apply some process. It can be addition, subtraction, or any other process as you think. And set K is equal to K plus 1 means what? We are incrementing the array. So imagine this as a for loop. For I is equal to 0, I less than equal to n. We are doing some process incrementing the value of I by 1 each time. So what we are doing here, traversing a linear array means moving through the array from the first location till the last location and doing some process on it. Okay. Now we'll just see an example of traversing an array. So this we have already seen in 11th standard, accepting 10 elements in an array and just printing them. So this is a program for accepting 5 elements in an array. So we have initialized sum to 0. So this for loop is used for accepting the 5 elements in the array. One by one it will accept. And we are applying some process or something operation on to that particular array AI. Okay. So what we are doing, we are whatever 5 elements we are taking one by one, we are just adding it to sum. Okay. So this is nothing but the process. Accepting each and every element from the 0th position till the last position and doing some operation on it. So here what we are doing, sum of the 5 elements in the array. So we have entered the 5 numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So sum of the numbers is 15. So all of you understood traversing an array?
Yes, sir.
So one array by using the pointers. So this is one of among the practicals. Now what is a pointer? We had seen some lectures back. A pointer is a variable which stores the address of another variable. Okay. Now see the declaration. We have declared an array of size 5. So that means 5 elements will be there in the array. So 2 pointer variables we have declared. To declare a pointer, you have to just write star in front of it and it will be declared as a pointer. It depends upon the data type also. Suppose you want to declare an integer pointer, then in the int you have to write star. If you want to declare a float pointer, then for float you have to declare that pointer. Now this is an integer pointer, start and end. So we have written star in front of the variable name. So these are pointers. Start and end are pointers. They are not normal variables. Normal variables store values, whereas pointer variables store the address of any variable. Okay. Now two more variables are written here, SA and sum is equal to 0. So what we are doing here, we are accepting 5 elements in the array. So see, this is the for loop for that. I is equal to 0. And I see, I have initialized I here also. So if you want, you can initialize I above also or in the for loop also. So it doesn't matter. So this for loop is used for accepting 5 elements in the array. Now see what I have written. Start is equal to ampersand A of 0. Now A of 0 means what? The first element of the array. So we have seen that the array element starts from 0. So suppose the array is of size 5. So the array elements will be how much? A0, A1, A2, A3, and A4. So like this, 5 elements will be there. So this program, what we have to do, we have to print the starting address of the array and the ending address of the array. So basically, pointer is used to store address of any variable. So whenever you write ampersand in front of a variable, that means what? A of 0, that means the first element, the address of A of 0 will be stored and not the value of A of 0. Okay. So in pointer is what? Pointer is a variable which stores the address of another variable. Store the address of the first variable of the array. Array is of size 5. So when I write A0 and ampersand, that means the first element address will be stored in start. A4 means what? The last element in the array. So that is going to be stored in end. And see, SA is equal to size of A. Now size of operator we had seen in 11. We have done one practical based upon size of. So size of operator, it is used to give the size of the integer or character in bytes. Now this integer variable is there. So by default, it will store 2 bytes. So in bracket, what I have written A. Now A is what? A is an array having 5 elements. So size of one element is how much? 2. So 5 elements are there. So by default, size of A will be 5 into 2. So in SA, 10 should be stored. So if A10 was there, then 10 into 2. Because it is an integer variables, to store an integer variable, we require 2 bytes. If it was an float variable, it would have required 4 bytes. So 4 into 5. So 20 would have been stored in SA. Similarly, if it would have been a long int, then 8 bytes and so on. Okay. Now see, starting address. So we are just printing the starting address. So start and end are pointers. So if you just write the name of the pointers, the address will be printed. Now SA will contain the size of A. A is what? Array. So 5 elements are there in the array. So size of array is, see, it is printed here. Now next we are having a for loop. For what we are doing? We are adding the sum. So whatever elements are there, we are just adding it to sum. And see what we are printing here. Sum plus star start. Star means what? See, start is the name of a pointer. Okay. So if you just write start, that means the address in that variable will be printed. But if you write star in front of the name of the pointer, that means the value at that location will be printed. So what will happen here? Sum is equal to sum plus whatever is the value of the first element of the array. So that will be added here. Now see the array, how we are taken here for this for loop. So we have accepted 5 numbers, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So what will happen? Initially sum is 0, sum plus location. So try to sum. So sum will be 10. Now we are printing cout address. Start. Start is what? It is a pointer. So initially I is 0. So we will print the first address of the first element. See here, enter the array, starting address. Addresses are basically in hexadecimal numbers. So see the first address of the array, FEC, and next is FF4. See, usually array elements are stored in sequence. Now after C, there is another element called D. Same number, instead of C, there is D. And see, here it has come 4. So that means after C, if you add 10 elements, it will come to 4. So you can see here what we are doing here. Address start. Then we are printing the value of that element. So start means what? The value at that location. And sum, we are printing the sum. And we are incrementing the pointer by 1. So that next time it will add the second element, third element, and so on. Now see, starting address is printed, ending address is printed. So you can see here, starting address is C, whereas ending address is 4. See, this is the ending address and the last address is 4. So these two are same. So see how the addresses change. See, first is C, value is 10, sum is 10. Then the next element we are taking as 20. But see the address, it has become E, and after C, it has not become D. Because For storing an integer number, we require 2 bytes in memory. So after C, D will be skipped and on E it will be stored. Similarly, see after E, what is the next letter? E, F. After F, there is no G because in hexadecimal numbers from 0 to F. After the F, again it starts from 0. So see, it is 0. Then added by 2, 2, and this is 4. So every time that number is added, 10 is added, then 20 is added, 30 is added, and we are just printing the sum. So this is one of the practicals for the 12th standard. Travel pointer variable. So all of you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we'll be move to the next part. See, we have seen sorting an array and searching an array. Okay, so we have not seen inserting an element into an array and deleting an element into an array. So these algorithms are also very rarely asked, but they can be asked anytime in the board exam. So only algorithm is expected, no program is there. So first, before seeing this algorithm, I will just tell you that how to do this process. Inserting an element in an array. Okay. So see, we are going to see an example. Now see, this is the array of size 10. So we are defining an array A10 of size 10. And see, I have inserted 5 elements here. A of 0 means the first element, second, third, fourth, and the 10th element. So this is an array. So I have inserted 5 elements. Okay. Now suppose you want to insert an element in the last. After say 5 numbers are there, you want to insert the number over here. Then you can easily insert at that particular location. But what if you want to insert that element somewhere in between? Then what will happen to the array? Now suppose we will assume that we want to enter the number over here at the third location. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3. At the third position, you want to insert some number. Okay, now see the location is given here, third location. So 0, 1, 2, 3. This is the third location, and item is the number that you insert. So which is 25. So 25 has to be inserted at this location. So what will happen if you insert 25 over here? Overwritten, isn't it? But we want to insert a number into the array and we don't want to overwrite some element into the array. So what should happen when you insert this element here over here? These two numbers, it should shift below, isn't it? When you insert some element at some particular location, that value should also remain and it should go below. Okay. So see what the logic is. Whenever you want to insert an element at a particular location, what we have to do, immediately after that location, how many values are there, you have to shift each value starting with the last position. What we have to do, we have to shift 50 below, we have to shift 40 below, and then insert 25 over here. Okay. If you try to insert that element at some location 1, 2, 3, insert that item or element at a particular location, the elements below that have to be shifted first, and you have to create a space there in which you can insert that element. So 50 will move below, 40 will move here, and then insert 25. Okay. Now see the here, I have just shown you like that, 10, 20, 30. Now location is 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So at this location, you want to insert this item. A3 is equal to 25. So whatever is there here, that will be overwritten. So see what logic we have applied here. A n plus 1 is equal to a n. So n is what? Suppose you are taking 5 elements in the array. N plus 1 will what? It will be 6. Okay. Now since array element starts from 0, so it will be 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So n plus 1 will be what? One element more is equal to an, one element less. So a5 is equal to a4. Means what will happen? In a5 we are putting the value of a4. So a5 here it was blank. So a4 value will come here. So 40 will come here. 50 will come here. And next what we will do? We will decrement the value of I by 1. and next an is equal to an minus 1. So what will happen? The next a4, n minus 1 is what? A4 is equal to a3. So whatever is the value of a3, that will be put in a4. So again 40 will be shifted here. See, both of them are shifted here. Now a3, the value has shifted here, but the original value will remain here only 40. So what we will do there? We'll just replace that by a location equal to item. So we will replace that 40 by 25 here, and see the element is inserted into the array. Now we'll just see the explanation for this. So a program is also there. I have just written one part of it, but just we'll see the algorithm before. See, inserting an element into an array. Now insert. Whenever algorithm must ask, only this much is expected. No need to write anything else. Okay. Starting from algorithm till the seventh number. So only if this steps you write, you will get 3 marks. See, this is a function insert. LA is the name of the array, like we define in C++, A of 10 or A of 5. So LA is the name of the array. N are the number of elements in which you want to take in the array. Now K is what? K is the location at which you want to insert that item element. Okay. And item is the value, okay, that you want to insert. So K is the location, item is the value. So a particular array is there. At the kth location, you want to insert this number. Okay. So LA is a linear array. Linear means what? It is in sequence, n elements, and k is a positive integer such that k is less than equal to n. This algorithm inserts an element item into the kth position in LA. So j is equal to n. N means what? The number of elements that you have to take in the array. Repeat steps 3 and 4 while j is greater than equal to k. Now what is j? J is greater than equal to k means what? See, we are initialize j to n. Means suppose 5 elements are there in the array. We are initialize j to 5. And what is k? K is the location at which you want to insert that element. So till j is greater than equal to k. So what we are doing? Move jth element downwards. So from the last element, one by one, we are going to move the elements and create space for the element at the jth location. So each time you are going to decrement j by 1, then insert the element and then set n is equal to n plus 1. Why we are writing n is equal to n plus 1? Now suppose array elements total 10 are there, and if you are going to enter only 5 elements in the array, now after you are entered 5 elements, if you want to insert one more element, obviously the count will be how much? Count will be 6. So we are incrementing n by 1. Now this is just the explanation. This is not expected in the board exam. Only this is for your understanding. Inserting an element at the end of an array can be easily done provided the memory space allocated for the array is large enough to accommodate the additional element. Means what? Now suppose the array size is 10, and if you want to insert it at the 11th position, so that is not possible because array size is 10. So you have to insert that array somewhere in middle, in from 0 to the 9th position. So whatever is the size of the array, in that only you have to insert, and you have to see that there is space for that additional element. Because if your array size is 10 and you are trying to enter 11 elements, so one element will go into the garbage. On the other hand, suppose we need to insert an element in the middle of the array, then on the average, half of the elements must be moved downwards to the new locations to accommodate the new element and keep the order of the other elements. So I have just shown you the explanation. If you want to insert an element from the last position of the array, keep on moving one by one element to the bottom, and when the space is created, insert that element. This algorithm inserts an element item into the kth position in a linear array with n elements. The first 4 steps create space in array by moving downwards one location each from the kth position onwards. These element should be moved in reverse order. That is first LAN, then LAN minus 1, and last LAK. LAK means what? The location. Otherwise, data might be erased. We first set j is equal to n, and then using j as a counter, decrease j each time the loop is executed until j reaches k. Next step, step 5, inserts item into the array in the space just created. Before the exit from the algorithm, the number of n of elements is increased by 1 to account for the new element. So see, this is the explanation, and this is the program. This program you can try at home. Program is not asked in the exam, and it is not there for the practical also. But if you just try this example, then the algorithm will become clear to you that how the elements are. Now see, insert element in an array. So we have defined some a of 10, array of size 10. So these are the variables. Location means at what location you want to insert that element. Item means the element that you want to insert. See how many elements. Now array size is 10, but if you want to enter, say, suppose 5 elements, okay, so that is n. So enter the elements. So one by one you are entering the 5 elements starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 elements are accepted here. So what we are doing, we are just printing that array again. Whatever 5 elements we have taken, we are just printing that array as it is. Insert at what location? So LOC means at what position you want to insert that element, and what element you want to insert. So that is item I have given here. So see, I is equal to n. N means what? How many elements you want in the array. So this is that number, I is equal to n. I is greater than equal to location. The location will be there somewhere from 0 to n. So it can be any position. So till it is greater than equal to location, I minus minus. So what we are doing, ai plus 1 is equal to ai. So see what we are doing. That means suppose ai plus 1. So that is what n is what? Suppose it is 4. So we will increment by 1. A4 n plus 1 equal to an. So what is a5 is equal to a4. So what we are doing here, we are writing ai plus 1 is equal to ai. So what is n? N suppose it is 5. So this will be what? 6 position equal to a5. So same thing, a5 is equal to a4. So one by one we are moving the elements down and creating space for the element to be inserted. So one by one, see, I minus minus. So every time I will decrement by 1. So suppose this is the 5th element, next it will be the 4th, then 3rd. So suppose you want to insert in the 2nd element. So till it reaches that location, one by one the space will be created. And after the loop is completed, see, a location equal to item. Location means what? At what position you want to insert that element. So suppose it is 3. So item means what? What number you want to insert. So that number will be inserted in that particular location. And then we are incrementing n by 1, because earlier there was suppose 5 elements. After inserting, one more element will be added. So n will become 1. So final array we are just printing 0 to n. Now see the output. How many elements? So we are just entering 5 elements. So we are just printing that array again. Original array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At what location want to you insert? 3rd location. So which is the 3rd location over here? 0, 1, 2, 3. So after 3, that element should be inserted. Okay. What location means? 3rd location. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So at 4, the location should be inserted. And what item means, what number you have to insert? 44. So 44 has to be inserted at this location. So what do we have to do? 5 we have to shift once, 4 we have to shift once, and then insert that element over here. So see, 44 will be inserted, and this 4 and 5 will be, it has shifted already. A space was created. So we have just inserted this 44. So all of you understood? See, 5 elements were there. We want to insert at this location. So move 50 below, move 40 below, space is created, insert that element, increment n by 1. So all of you understood inserting an element into an array?
Yes, sir.
The program will
Yes,
not
sir.
be asked in the exam, but if you try this program at home, so it will be helpful for you in writing the algorithm. See, this is for your explanation. This also you don't have to write. Only this much you have to write algorithm for inserting an array. This is for your explanation purpose, and this is also for your explanation. See, I have just written that loop here. See, this loop I have just written over here so that you will come to know that I is equal to n till that location. How we are doing this, I have shown you in steps. Create one space and then insert. So this two will be moved down. Now deletion of an element from an array. So it is just the other
So,
way. You want to insert an element into an array, create space. Now you want to delete an element from an array. So what will happen if you delete an element from, say, so suppose 5 elements are there. If you delete the third element, so what will happen? There will be a space created in between. Okay, so that space will be, so we want to don't want that space. So first we'll see the example and then see this algorithm. Now see this numbers are there. Again the same elements are there, 10 to 50. Now suppose we want to delete the, now see here I have given location is equal to 2. So we want to delete that element at the second location. Okay, 0, 1, 2. So 30 we want to delete. So what will happen? See 30 we are suppose deleting that. So this space will be empty. So in the inserting what we have done, we have shifted below. So here what we have to do, we have to shift up 40 after. See, even if you don't delete this, if you just move this to the above position, the earlier element will be overwritten. Now see the steps here. Delete element at what location? So location we are accepting from the user. Suppose I write here second location I want to delete. So in item means what you have to delete. So a of location means what? Location will be suppose 2. So a of 2 will be what? It will be 30. So that number will be stored in item. Okay, a of location. So we want to delete at the second location. So a of 2 is 30, which will be stored in item. So see the for loop. I is equal to location. Location means what? It is 2. I is less than n minus 1. N minus 1. Suppose we are entering 5 elements in the array. So this will be I less than 4, I plus plus. What we are doing? See, I is equal to location. So I, suppose the location is 2. So a of I will be what? A of I plus 1. So location means what? Location is stored in I. So location was 2. So a of 2 is equal to a of 2 plus 1. So a of 3. Whatever is there on the right hand side, it will be kept in left hand side. So see the steps. A of I is equal to a of I plus 1. Means what? See, these are comments. A of 2 is equal to a of 3. That means a of 3 value will be stored in a of 2. So what is in a of 3? 40 is there. So here early 30 was there. So it will remain here only. So 40 will be replaced to a of 2. So whatever value is there here, that will be overwritten by 40. See, 40 will be kept in a of 2, and then I will increment by 1. So what will happen? A of 3 is equal to a of 4. So value of a of 4 will be written in a of 3. So see here what happens. 40 will be shifted here, 50 will be shifted here, and that element is deleted. See here 10, 20, 40, 50. So last time what we had done, 5 elements were there. We have inserted one element. So we are incrementing the value of n by 1. But here we are decrementing the value of n by 1 because one element we have deleted. So obviously, see the last step, n is equal to n minus 1. We are decrementing the value of n by 1. Now we'll just see the algorithm. See, similarly here, delete is the name of the function. LA is the name of the array. N is the number of elements that you want in that array. K is the location at which you want to delete that element. And item is the number element that you want to delete. K is the location and this is the element. So this all you have to write. Don't write from the steps 1 to 5. You have to specify what LA means, what N means, what K means. If you don't write this, then there are chances for cutting the marks. LA is a linear array with n elements and k is a positive integer such that k is less than equal to n. Means what? K is positive integer. It will lie from 0 to n. So somewhere in between that element will be there. And this algorithm deletes the kth element from LA. So see, we are setting the item is equal to LAK. That means at what location we want to delete, that we are keeping it in item. So j is equal to k to n minus 1. Move j plus 1 element upwards. See, whichever element you are going to delete. So below that, whatever element is there, you have to move it upwards. Suppose you want to delete this, then move the element which is there below this upwards so that automatically this will be deleted. And what is the last number? Move it one step ahead. Lj is equal to Lj plus 1. Reset the number of elements later. N is equal to 5 numbers you have inserted into number. Finally, n will be n minus 1. Deleting an element at the end of a array present no difficulties. But deleting an element somewhere in the middle of the array would require that each subsequent element be moved one location upward in order to fill up the array. So this I have just shown. So this program is there for deleting an element from an array. So this you can also you can try at home. How many elements? So 5. So suppose array size is 10. So suppose you want to enter only 5 elements. So this is an for loop for accepting the 5 elements. Then we are just printing that array as it is, accepting the numbers and printing the array as it is. Delete element at what location? So 0 to 9 the numbers are there, or 0 to 4 the numbers are there. At what location we want to delete? So here a of location means that array element, it will be stored in item. So we want to delete that. So I is equal to location I less than n minus 1 I plus plus. So at what location that element is there, so that will be stored in I. So that element will be there here. So what is the next element that will be stored at that location? Okay. See, a of t is equal to a of 3. We want to delete that 2 number. So that is why we are incrementing this by 1. And whatever that means whatever is the next element that will be put in that element which is to be deleted. See, a of I plus 1 means the third element. Now a of I is what we are written here, location. So location we want to delete at this place. So it is 2. So I will be 2 and we are incrementing by 1. That means the next element we are putting in this element. So like this, 1 by 1, the remaining elements will be shifted above. And finally we will do n is equal to n minus 1 because we are deleted one element. So one element less. So final array we are just printing. Now see how many numbers you want to enter. 10 elements are there in the array, but we want to enter only suppose 5 elements. So I have just entered the 5 elements. I have printed the 5 elements. Now I want at what location that element should be deleted. I have written second location. Array element starts from 0, 0, 1, 2. So I have to delete this 3 number and see the final array is 1, 2, 4 and 5. So this element is deleted because we have shifted 4 to 3, 5 to 4. So we have moved it one by one and so that element is deleted and finally n is equal to n minus 1. If you don't write n is equal to n minus 1 and if you print this array, then the last element, it will be some garbage element and that will be printed over here. 1, 2, 4, 5 will be printed, okay, but one more element will be printed here which will be having some garbage value. So you can try this during the practical. Don't write n equal to n minus 1 and see what that garbage will be there element. It can be a blank space also. It can be some value also, negative, positive, or any other number. Okay. So you can try this during